Police Quest 2. One year has passed since Detective Sonny Bond successfully brought Jesse Baines, the Death Angel, to justice. Baines ruled rampant drugs and open violence. The world is controlled so well and silenced as the memory of the animal slowly fades, and the city of Layton once again lived their lives in peace and serenity of its past. Officer Sonny Bonds has been promoted to the position of homicide detective. The day begins with the Detective Bonds arriving for another routine workday, or so it seems. Welcome to Police Quest 2. Get key. Open glove box. Card. You don't get points for looking at the card, but you also don't get points for doing this. Look, card, back. There you can see your locker combination. That's always the same, never changes. Okay, F4, then you don't have to type get out, get in. The lock door. It's just something I do, you don't have to do it yourself. Unlock bin. Get kit. Lock bin. Okay. Okay, your locker is the one on the left hand side. This one over here. What do you mean it's not my locker? Idiot. 36, 4, 12. Alright, so then it's get ammo, get cuffs, get gun, close locker. Alright. Sit. basket. In the basket you see a subpoena. You pick up and read the subpoena. You are commanded to appear in Division 4 Superior Court of the City of Layton as a witness for the police in the retrial matter against the defendant Jesse Baines. Notification of time and date will follow. You can't believe what you just read. Just as the memory of this rat was passing into oblivion, he's back for a retrial. Okay, so unlock drawer. Get letter. Get wallet. Look in wallet. In the back of your wallet you find your scuba diving certificate. Read letter. Okay, now the reason this letter is important is because you find Marie's surname is Marie Wilkins. And you see the way she writes the letter. So you have to compare the letter later on to another letter that's found on a door. Unlock drawer, get wallet, scuba diving, close door. Oh, drawer, not door. Close drawer. Lock drawer. Get up. Your partner Keith takes a deep puff and says, "Say, Sonny, I heard that dirtbag sent up River last year is back in town for retrial. Isn't his name Baines or something like that? Maybe this time we can put him away for a duration. It seems like this garbage of the world gets every chance to know man. Well, it seems like, I don't know, get key." Okay, then I just want to look board. You scan the bulletin board and see the shooting schedule. Below the board is a rack of keys. Shooting schedule indicated you are behind in your scores. Alright. Okay. Now the captain's going to talk to you. The captain speaks up and says, "Well, Bonds, no doubt you heard about Jesse Baines by now. The district attorney told me that the reason this jackass won a retrial was some technical bullshit about an improper jury induction. It's a real shame, but that's life. Look, desk." And the captain slits your whole desk. On it you see some folders and papers. Look, papers. Among many papers on Captain's hall desk, one catches your interest. You read, "Passwords, Miami, ice cream, and pistachio." Alright. Now, I don't know how many of you people know DOS, but this is what I started with, alright? When I first got into computers. Switch on. Computer. Use computer. What? Idiot. Alright. So CD // space, stuff like that. That's how you used to use computers. So it's CD criminal. Well, more or less the same. CD homicide. Ice cream. Directory. Okay, so what's wait a minute, what's is not here. No, it's in a different file. Okay, so then it's CD again. CD. CD. Vice. Password Miami. Directory. And then there's nothing here of interest either. Then personnel. Pistachio. Okay, so now we get to the good stuff. Pratt Lloyd is the one you need to go to. Pratt Lloyd, badge 5557183, date of birth 6/12/48, Department of Narcotics, position detective, appointed 12/15/71, status active, departmental actions, Medal of Honor 9373. Officer Pratt was wounded in the line of duty while coming to the aid of a critically wounded officer who had been hit gunfire, heavily armed fugitive. Pratt, after being hit in the right leg, returned fire, mortally wounded the suspect. Commendable actions. 4876, risk personal injury, saving small child from building. 6378, performed CPR, saving the life of a 45-year-old heart attack victim. Censurable reports 12/24/81, insubordination. Confidential. Internal Affairs Department file P3109, current open, allegation on duty drug consumption, end file. So this guy has been good his whole life, and now he's using drugs, unfortunately. Alright, so as promised in the previous episode, which I spoiled in the previous episode, What's Laura is the next one you go to. What's Laura? 5557344, date of birth 4/10/48, Department of Narcotics, position detective, 6/15/69, appointed, retired. Commandell's citations 3172, City of Layton, experienced unusually heavy rain resulting in mudslides and road closures. While working, Traffic Division Officer Watts moved into an area where computer traffic has come to a stop. Officer Watts' professional and independent action was successful in diverting traffic to an alternate route, which cleared a potentially explosive situation. Censurable reports 1448, being caught red-handed making chicken tracks across the top of Sergeant Dooley's desk with a rubber stamp. This brought to light the true identity of the infamous gremlin, who went about antagonizing Sergeant Dooley. Finding sustained actions, written apology, written reprimand. So there you have it. There is the story of the gremlin being caught making chicken tracks across the captain's table. It's sad, really. But anyway, then you just type in exit. Session complete. Okay, go to narcotics. If I remember correctly, it's in here. Yep, there's Lloyd on the left hand side. Then you walk up to him and you say talk. LLOYD. Apparently slightly out of touch with his surroundings, your old friend Detective Lloyd Pratt slowly looks up and says, "Well, I'll slap you some tracks and feed me a line. Bonds, what's up?" Bonds, Mr. Bonds. Ask about drugs. You quietly tell Lloyd about the ongoing internal affairs investigation and you beg him to stop using drugs. In a clear voice, Lloyd responds to you. Sonny, you're a true friend. I didn't realize how bad off I was until woke up yesterday morning. I didn't even know where I was. I've made up my mind. Lloyd continues today. I'm putting in a leave of absence, then going to check myself into a rehabilitation center. Leaving Lloyd, you wish him all the luck in the world. You know has made the correct decision. Alright, so Lloyd is going to change his life, which is good. Okay, now go to the shooting gallery. Oh, my favorite part. Doing everything. The gun section of it all. Get your Here you are. Ken says 1 pair of ear protectors. Return them when you're through. Give gun. You will not need to use the word. I'm sorry. Give gun. Ken takes your weapon and checks the trigger pull and then hands it back to you and says, okay, Bonds, pick up any open booth and obey all safety regulations while in the range. Mills continues. When you're ready, you can fire at will. And don't forget to see me for a new supply of ammo before leaving. Alright. F6 loads your ammo, so you don't have to go through all that trouble. Ear protectors, give gun to officer. Go to shooting gallery. Right. So like the man says, just pick any place, then you type in or wear ear protectors. Okay, so now what we do is we adjust sight. Okay, so what you do is you save while adjusting the sight. Now you raise your gun. Okay, I'm going to put it. There we go. And now you just shoot. Ah, come on, wrong button. I'm supposed to press F10, not F8. Alright, bring it up a bit. Shoot. And then lower the gun. View target. Okay, that's about 7 left, 4 down. Now you just load your game, then go left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then down. You press your arrow keys, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save the game again. F8 to bring up the gun. Right. Now we try to get it in the middle of the 0. The reason I use the 0 is because it's much easier to see if you can hit the target straight. Okay, now you type in view target again. No. So it shot over here. You can see there's little holes there. So about 5 left, 3 down again. Let's make it 7 left and 8 left, 5 down. I'm gonna try it like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, save the game again. Bring up the gun. See if I can get the sights in the middle. Shoot. Lower weapon. View target. There we go. You can see if your sights are adjusted properly, if you hear the sound, first of all, and your points go up, second of all. So now you say replace target. Okay, and then back target. Oh yeah, target back. Sorry, target has to be first. Target back. Now he sends the target back. Okay, now we're going to just empty our clip into the pretty picture over there. So just shoot until it goes click. Then lower the gun. View target. That is awful. Alright, leave. You take off your ear protectors. Okay, so the first thing you do when you get to about here, you press F6 to load your gun, and then you say give ear protectors. And get ammo. One fresh clip of ammo. Righty. Then so shooting gallery, fire booth, ear protectors. Okay. Open cabinets. Ones we have bad news. Jesse Baines has escaped from Lighton City Jail. Not only has he escaped, but Captain says, but he took the jailer as hostage. Bonds, I've named you and your partner Keith to Special Task Force with the code name of Target. The captain continues, I want you boys to answer any and all calls that might be remotely connected to this dirtbag. The captain orders you to find a mugshot on the punk and get on this immediately. Alright, so basically what you do is you walk over to this desk over here and open filing. Get Baines file. Get photo. Leave file. Drop file then. Close cabinet. Alright. So now you leave. Okay. Once outside, you have to say open trunk, drop kit, close trunk, and you say unlock door. Just get keys or card office, blue car, open trunk, close trunk, drive to jail. Okay. So press the F4 button. Keith yells, wait up, Sonny. What's the rush anyway? Drive, jail. Yeah, grunts Keith. Let's see if they've managed to keep any bad guys in. Keith grabs the mic and calls dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary 2. This is 10-8 from the office. Dispatch comes on the air and responds 53 Mary 2, 10-4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from the office. Keith says the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary 2. Be advised, we are en route to Lighton City Jail. Dispatch answer 53 Mary 2, 10-4. We copy are en route to Lighton City Jail. Or while driving to jail, Keith comments to you, Sonny, this escape has got to be a real nightmare for you. On the other hand, he continues, it must be a super nightmare for this poor correctional officer. Well, partner, Keith says, I guess this means the shit has hit the fan. I sure hope Baines lets the correctional officer go unhurt. Keith contacts dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary to 1097 City, Lighton City Jail. Dispatch response 53 Mary to 104. Dispatch copies 1097 Lighton City Jail. Okay, so now we walk up to here. Go ahead, Sonny. I'll stay out here and have a smoke. Yeah, it's not like he didn't have one in the car and in the office. Open locker. Drop gun. Close locker. Show ID. Oh yeah, press button. You signal the jail by pushing the buzzer. The jailer speaks to you through the PA system. Looking desk, can I help you? Show ID. After showing ID, you hear a loud metal clank as the jailer releases the door locks. Then you can finally enter. Obviously excited, the jailer says, Bonds, I can't believe what's happened. I can't get over it. We've never had an officer kidnapped before. Continuing, Baines took Pate and escaped in Pate's car. I sure hope he's okay. Poor kid, he's just a rookie, you know. Heck, he's put together a file on Baines this morning and he's gone already. Probably why. Okay, ask about car. That's easy, he says. Pate's car is a blue 1986 Corvette with personalized plates that say wow. Ask about Saxton. Yes, he says, we have one man in custody who saw the whole thing. Saxton, Sherman Saxton is his name. The correctional officer continues, just walk over to the interview area and I'll call him out. So then you just walk and go stand over here and then, you here to get me out of this joint? Saxton asks. So no, we're not here to get you out of this joint. Ask about escape. Ask about escape. Oh yes, the escape, he says. The dude Baines did a number on the little jailer friend. Baines jumped a little rookie while being moved. It looked like he was holding some sort of knife to the jailer's throat. It looked so easy, Saxton says. I mean, he just grabbed the jailer, put a knife to his throat, and sashayed right out of jail. Unbelievable. Okay. No, that's so nice. Okay, so ask page file, close file, ask Baines file, get photo. Okay, so then you just walk up to here. Ask Pate. file. Oh yeah, the jailer says you'll want to look at Pate's file. I'll get it for you. Here you go, Bonds. The file has to stay. Give him back before you leave. Lewis Pate. Okay, so this is what the guy looks like. Then drop file. Having reviewed the file, you return it. The jail puts the file away. Ask Bain's file. Oh yeah, the jailer says let me get Bain's file for you. I'm sure you'll want to take a look at it. Duh. Here you go, Bonds. The files have to stay here. Yeah. There's the file on Jesse Baines. Get photo. And then drop file. Having reviewed the file, you return it. Okay, so... Okay, we're going to the mall. Okay, he's just going to put the file away. We're not really worried about that now. Done all we can. Okay, so open locker. Get gun. You take your gun, holster it, and close the locker door. So there's no need to type in close locker, the locker's already closed. You just walk up to the door on F4. Keith yells, wait up, Sonny, why's so rushed anyway? Then use radio and drive to the mall. Use radio. Keith informs dispatch of your current 1020 and situation. Keith looks confused, but we don't have anything new to report, Sonny. I always use the radio twice just in case. You never know when you're going to miss a point. Drive mall. Shopping early for Christmas, Keith jokes. Keith grabs a mic and calls dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary 2. This 10-8 from Lytton City Jail. Dispatch comes on the end. Response 53 Mary 2. 10-4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from Lytton City Jail. Keith says to Mike, dispatch 53 Mary 2. Be advised, we're en route to Oak Tree Mall. Dispatch answers 53 Mary 2. 10-4. We copy en route Oak Tree Mall. You listen as the radio comes alive with your call number 53 Mary 2 dispatch. We have further traffic for you. Keith grabs the mic and answers dispatch 53 Mary 2. Go ahead with your traffic. 53 Mary 2 10-4 dispatch continues. Traffic officer Haynes has located a vehicle belonging to the correctional officer at Oak Tree Mall. Continuing per Captain Hall responds to that 10-2 and 1198 with Officer Haynes dispatched clear. After acknowledging the radio call, Keith mumbles to Sonny, well, you heard it, big boy, let's roll. So what happens when you're driving around? They're supposed to tell you where to go. Keith says to you, all Oak Tree Mall, boy, do I know the place well. My wife spends half my paycheck there. So basically, if you've played the game before, you know where to go. Mercy, Keith says, we almost had that bulldog for a hood ornament. Keith comments, can you believe the cars they gave us to drive these days? I think I can get better acceleration from my 10-speed bike. Keith contacts dispatch 53 Mary 2 1097 Oak Tree Mall. Dispatch responds 53 Mary 2 10-4 dispatch copies 1097 Oak Tree Mall. Basically, we are here. Keith says, look, Sonny, there's Haynes. This is definitely the correctional officer's car, Haynes says. It's been sitting here a while. They continues, the engine's cold. Sonny, I'm going to take a look around. Keith says, go ahead and check out the car. Well, I can't check out the car without my kit now, can I? Haynes says, I think I'll check around a little, maybe some witnesses. Yeah, the witnesses have been just hanging around until the car got called. Open trunk. Get kit. Close trunk. By the way, you don't have to type in open kit and stuff like that. It automatically uses the kit as long as you have it on you. Okay, now you just walk over to this little beauty over here. Almost looks like the one you had. Open door. Look. Let's just say dust. Carefully you apply dust, mumbling to yourself, here's one with taking. Take print. Carefully you apply the fingerprint powder and nothing but patience. Tape compartment. Use tape. Use tape. Using the tape, you carefully lift the print. Alright, fine. Use tape. I'll remember that next time. Open box. Glove box, actually. Get holster. You took the empty holster and pawned the whereabouts of the gun. You retain it for evidence. Okay, the little yellow things lying there are bullets, so get bullets. Looking at the ammunition over, you think 3 rounds of 38 caliber. Better hang on to this for evidence. Okay, close box. Wait. Do I have to look at the paper as well? Tape compartment, glove box, get holster, closed door, ask about car. Okay, so now, closed box, closed door. And now here he comes with the old lady. Hey, Sonny, Haynes shouts, look like Baines have taken another car. This lady says her car has been stolen. I figure you'll have some questions to ask us, says Haynes. Ask about car. You ask for the description of her car and she says, oh yes, it's a 1986 compact Chevy station wagon. It's black and license number is C0350. That's all I can remember, officer. Oh, what is it about cars made in 86 that this guy finds so appealing to steal? I mean, the Corvette's also an 86 model. Closed trunk. Okay, so then it's the basics. You take it. I'll take it from here, Sonny. Haynes assures you got your work cut out for you. Yeah, so he stole the poor lady's car. Alright. Open trunk. Drop kit. Close trunk. Okay, now, if I remember correctly, it's the top part. No, it's the bottom part. I have to get in from the bottom. Keith yells, I'm coming, Sonny. As you get into the car, you fill Keith in on what you discovered. So just save again. Use radio. Keith says the mic dispatch 53 Mary to be advised that suspect Baines may be in possession of the correctional officer's gun. 10-4-53 Mary to dispatch crackles back attention all units. Update on jailbreak per 53 Mary to Jesse Baines may now be armed with correctional officer's gun. Approach with caution. Keith advised dispatch of the stolen car information and requests notification to all units. 53 Mary to 10-4 dispatch says, attention all units, dispatch transmits, be on the lookout for one black 1986 four-door mid-size station wagon stolen from Oak Tree Mall. Partial plate C035 was given. Keith informs dispatch of your current 1020 and situation. Keith looks confused, but we don't have anything new to report. Sunny. Okay, so drive. Cove. Maybe you should bring a picnic lunch, Keith suggests sarcastically. Keith grabs the mic and calls dispatch 53 Mary 2. This is 10-8 from Oak Tree Mall. Dispatch comes on the air and responds 53 Mary 2 10-4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from Oak Tree Mall. Keith keys the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary 2. Be advised we're en route to Cotton Cove. Dispatch answers 53 Mary 2 10-4. We copy en route to Cotton Cove. As you drive along, mulling your thoughts, and call dispatch breaks the silence. 53 Mary 2 dispatch. Keith says to mic. Dispatch 53, go ahead. Respond to Cotton Cove. See the jogger standing at the phone booth. Dispatch continues. Jogger has info possible foul play. Be advised. One traffic unit responding. Keith keys the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary 2 copied. And that's the reason we're going to Cotton Cove. There's blood. Keith contacts dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary 2 1097 Cotton Cove. Dispatch responds 53 Mary 2 10-4. Dispatch copies 1097 Cotton Cove. Keith says to you, okay, Sonny, I'll give you 2-1 odds for 50 cents that the jogger is a dude, yes or no? You're on. Keith says, you're on, buddy. As the car pulls off, Keith winces. Oh no, I can see from here it's a gal. You got me again, partner. Here's your buck. Hiya, Sunny officers. Gillespie says the lady over there is a pretty shook up. But she's a found. You'd better have to talk with her. Officer Gillespie continues. I'll stick around for a while in case you need me. Talk, lady. Oh, officer, it was terrible. There was blood and drag marks everywhere. There's something specifically. Ask about blood. Okay. Ask about blood. In an excited voice, the woman says, I was jogging along the river's edge and I came across something that looked like blood. Continuing, she says, I stopped to look. Right next to the blood, I saw marks. Looked like something had been dragged into the river, and footprints. I saw footprints. You attempt to interrupt, but she's rolling it out and says, I got scared when I heard the brush crack, so I ran down here and called the police. Jogger says, officer, please go look. I hope nothing bad has happened. The girl tells you the location. Just walk up the river 100 yards or so, right next to the water. And this is the part where you save, because you can die. And as you continue to your left, you rip out your gun by pressing F8. and hold your finger on the F10 button. Keith says, I'm right behind you, partner. Yeah, sure you are. Okay, so now you just wait until when this guy pops up. Bang, bang. Although shaking from surprise, confusion, and fear, somehow you manage to return fire. Although the flight of the bullet misses the target, it comes close enough to cause the suspect to take leg bail. So now you put away your gun and go to the right. My gosh, Sonny, I heard gunshots, stammers Officer Jalebi. And the jogger starts just doing her thing. The jogger, frightened by the gunfire, runs away. Okay, so now I can never remember whether it's the top or the bottom. Let's see. Keith says, I don't think we can catch him, Sonny. He's probably long gone. Keith tells Officer Jalebi, Mario, stand by, secure the area, we will return. Okay, now you type in as quickly as you can, Chase Baines. We interrupt your programming to bring you a special news bulletin. If you were to type in just radio about Baines instead of chasing Baines, that will save you a lot of time, a lot of effort, and this is what will happen. Stay tuned for more. Please like and subscribe, and do follow if you like the content. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one. Now back to our regular scheduled program. With excitement in his voice, Keith speaks into the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary 2 with emergency traffic. Dispatch booms back. All units, hold your traffic. I have an emergency traffic from 53 Mary 2. Dispatch continues 53 Mary 2. Go ahead with your emergency traffic. Screams, Keith screaming into the mic says, Dispatch 53 Mary 2, we have just been ambushed at Cove by suspect Baines. And the continuing suspect lost northbound on Clearwater Drive at a high rate of speed. Be advised, we do not have him in sight. Dispatch acknowledges your traffic 53 Mary 2 10-4. Do you have a description of the suspect vehicle? And advise injury status from ambush. Almost out of breath, Keith answers. Dispatch 53 Mary 2, negative injury to personnel. Suspect vehicle matches description of vehicle stolen from Oak Tree Mall. 10-4, attention all units per 53 Mary 2s. Be on the lookout for still a 1986 compact black station wagon. Suspect vehicle last seen northbound Clearwater Drive on a high rate of speed. Brake. Suspect vehicle's potential plate C035. Be advised, the driver Jesse Baines just ambushed Mary 2 at Cotton Cove. Mary unit has lost sight of the vehicle. Caution, suspects armed and dangerous. All units acknowledge. As other units acknowledge the emergency traffic, Keith says, we might as well back out of it, Sonny. It looks like we lost the whatever that means. Captain Fletcher Hall comes on the air, car to car, 53 Mary to 53 Mary, 1 by. Breathing normally, Keith presses the mic button and answers, go ahead, Captain, this is 53 Mary 2. 10-4, says the captain, have you overtaken the suspect vehicle or do you have him in sight? Negative, Keith answers. 10-4, 10-22, the pursuit return to Cotton Cove, complete investigation there. Every other unit will continue the search. 10-4, Keith speaks up. 10-4, Captain. Well, Keith says you heard the man. Drive Cove. Keith nods. I'll notify dispatch. Dispatch, Keith says more calmly now, 53 Mary 2, we are 10:22 on pursuit Baines vehicle, 10:97 to Cotton Cove. It's just for extra points. Keith, would you like another cigarette? Keith contacts dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary to 1097 Cotton Cove. And dispatch response 53 Mary to 10 dispatch copies 1097 Cotton Cove. Okay, so now we are back. I was listening on the radio, Sonny, to Leffy grunts. Too bad you lost that Cocodarocha. I can't catch him now. I still have a lot of points to get. Open trunk. Get kit. Close trunk. Save. Now you walk to the left. Keith says, partner, I'm right behind you. Yeah, Keith, sure you are. I'd like to take this moment to ask you guys to please subscribe. Don't have to like the video. If you don't like it, you can always put a dislike, whatever. But I put in some work into it. Move trash. Moving the garbage around, you find discarded clothing. Looking closer, you see what appears to be spots of blood on the clothes. Get clothes. You remove a pair of grey pants and a blue shirt from the can. You think to yourself, man, these look like jail clothes. Wait a minute. Here's a cloth name tag sewn onto the shirt. Look tag. J. Baines. Okay. Let's see. Pursue. Okay, here's something I picked up in the game that I think even the game creator missed. Look blood. Alright, near the river's edge, you look down and you see what appears partially coagulated blood and drag marks. Alright. You also see footprints on the damp soft ground. You inspect the evidence. Keith ambles into view. Don't worry, take your time, Keith. We're not waiting for you. Keith pipes up, hey, look at that, get Baines snuffed, the poor jailer, and then threw the body into the river. You take care of the evidence, go ready a request for a dive team. Okay, so now you type in get blood. Use your eyedropper to collect a sample of coagulated blood and put it into a glass vial. You return to the eyedropper and dedicate the vial blood to your inventory for evidence. Okay, now you get footprint. It's important to put the foot. Otherwise, he's trying to look for fingerprints. You remove your box of casting powder. You mix the powder and the dropper constantly and pour it into the footprint to make an impression. After the liquid dries, you remove the impression of the footprint and add it to your list of evidence. Okay, use camera. Now, it's firstly, if you watch a lot of crime scene investigation things and CSI and stuff like that, always take a photo before they take the samples. Right? You photograph the crime scene from several different angles and return the camera to the field kit. Now, notice the rest of the game that you can't develop the camera photos and you can't give the camera to the guy for evidence. What happens to the photos? I don't know. It's like you don't need them. So you now have the blood, you now have the footprints, and you have the photos. You've got the shirt that Baines threw away. Okay. Now, according to the things you read online, you know, the other players, if you do this, you walk all the way to the right, and We've radioed the diver Sunny. We'll be here shortly. Keith volunteers. If you immediately go left, then the diver will be here. It's not the case. There's a delay. You have to wait for the diver. It's a thing. While that happens, see, go right, go left, and immediately the diver will be here. Where? Here we go. Officer Moore says, well, here I am, Bonds, what can I do for you? So it says to go dive and what. What I just do is ask help. I don't like diving alone, and I'm the only diver available. Moore says, you wouldn't happen to have a scuba certification card, would you? You say, yes, I do. You show your scuba certification card to the driver. Okay, wait here while I change. That's why I did the look in wallet or look into wallet. Where it does it, it actually activates it so you don't have to type it again. Okay, so basically what I said is routinely changed fast. Okay, Bond says, more your equipment's in the van, just take what you need. Alright, so now I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this van bit. There's no real trick to it. You just say, I think it's get in van, get mask, take the diving mask, get belt, you take the weight belt, get fins. You can't get that. Oh, it was F, not B. Fins. You take a pair of yellow fins. Okay. Get suit. No, vest first. Vest. Buoyancy control vest. Get suit. Yeah. You take the wetsuit and change into it. Okay, so this is the part that gets tricky. Alright. So now you've taken everything except the bottle. Take bottle 1. You remove the air tank from the back of the van. Look, bottle 1. You don't see anything particularly interesting. Oh, look, tank. Okay, notice there's 256 air. Drop tank. You put the tank back onto the wall. Get bottle 2. You remove the air tank from the van. Look, tank. Again, the air is low. Drop tank. Drop bottle. Get bottle 3. You remove the air tank from the back of the van. Look, tank. 22,000 air. So that is the maximum air. Also notice that you got points for that. Now, leave van. Before exiting, you put on some scuba equipment and you leave everything you have in the van. So now you are ready to dive. The diving is very simple. I struggled very much in the beginning. Officer Moore puts his mask and fins on, climbs into the water and disappears from sight beneath the surface. You quickly put on your fins and follow him swiftly moving into the water. So basically, after struggling for, I think, an hour to get this right, it actually becomes much easier. Now you'll see there's a yellow dot over here. Then you type in get badge. You brush the mud off an object that appears to be a badge. You look at the badge and think to yourself, this is like finding a needle in a haystack. You're right about that, boy. Okay, so now you swim. Up till here. You'll see underneath my face there's something like lying there. Get knife. After picking it up, you look at the object, which is sharpened to a point. All of a sudden, in your head, a light comes on. You remember what the prisoner said, how the suspect held a makeshift knife on the jailer during the escape. You slip the knife into your belt and keep it as evidence. So it's not a knife, it's a spoon that has been shaped like a knife. That's why it's called a makeshift knife. I'm swimming with the fishies. Okay, so now this part here, you have to be very... No, go that way. Why are you swimming back, dude? You have to be very careful, otherwise you get sucked into a hole. Right, so while you're here, you type move rock. You move the rocks, exposing a human hand. Startled, you jerk backwards. What is it? Lip? Yeah, lip body. Regaining your composure, you take a closer look. It appears that the body is wedged into the rocks. Get body. Your diving partner notices you have found something and swims over to you. You take one side, your partner the other. Together you pull the body from the river. It's not a pretty sight, Sunny. So basically what you do is you see a Sunny officer in my shouts, I'll stay here with the body. After recovering the body of the jailer, you hurry back to change into your street clothes. Back in the van, you change into your clothes and pick up all your things. Okay, now you don't have to do this at all. I don't even know why I do. It's just stupid, I mean. He's gonna ask me now, did I forget something? Did you forget something, Sunny? Officer Moore asks. Use camera. You photograph the crime scene in several different angles, then you return the camera field kit. I mean, you just recovered the body. You take a photo of the body. It's common sense. Even though you don't get points for it, it's still found the body, and before something happens to it, you take a photo of it. Alright, so now you just walk basically to here. And then you press F4. Put the field kit in trunk. I always forget about the bloody field kit. Open trunk. Drop kit. Close trunk. Keith yells, "Wait up, Sonny, what's the rush anyway?" Okay. Good knife. Okay. I'll stick around here and clean things up, Mario tells you. See you later. There's a radio. Coroner. Keith grabs the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary 2 requesting coroner at 10:20. Dispatch answer 10-4, 53 Mary 2. Be advised, coroner will be dispatched to your 10:20 when available. Okay, use radio. Keith informs dispatch of your current 10:20 and situation. Okay, nothing to report. Okay, drive to where? Airport. Yeah, airport. Great, Keith mutters. Let's go watch some jets take off and land. Keith grabs the mic and calls dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary 2 10-8 from Cotton Cove. Dispatch comes on the air upon response 53 Mary 2 10-4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from Cotton Cove. Keith says the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary 2. Be advised, we're en route to Leighton Airport. Dispatch answers 53 Mary 2 10-4. We copy are en route to Leighton Airport. As you drive towards Leighton Airport, dispatch brings you radio live information from a unit in pursuit. Attention all units, be advised 5310 is in pursuit of a fugitive suspect Baines. The current 1020 is northbound on 2nd Street and in the vicinity of the airport. 5310 is requesting assistance and advises he's losing the suspect in heavy traffic. Any unit responding acknowledge. Just then Keith jumps in the middle of things. Dispatch 53 Mary 2, be advised we're responding 5310's 1020 code 2. Dispatch confirms the traffic as you respond towards the pursuit. Copy 53 Mary 2. As you continue to respond, 5310 comes on the radio again. Dispatch 5310, I lost the suspect in heavy traffic. 5310 10-4, dispatch answers confirmed last known 1020 of the suspect vehicle. You listen attentively as the 5310 unit answers suspect vehicle last seen in the vicinity of the airport. I can't believe it, Keith shouts. How could we lose him? Question mark. Bum bum bum. Keith contacts dispatch 53 Mary 2 1097 Leighton Airport. Dispatch response 53 Mary 2 10-4. Dispatch copies 1097 at Leighton Airport. And there's the black vehicle. He says, let's check out the parking lot, Sonny. I'll look over here. Let me guess, where your cigarettes are. In your pocket, where you need to take a smoke or what? Idiot. Open trunk. I'm not opening up anyone else's trunk, I'm opening up mine. Get kit. Close trunk. Look VIN number, dust mirror. Look car. The black car appears to match the description of the stolen car. Look VIN. The vehicle identification number usually found inside the vehicle. Okay. Open door. Open the door and look inside. Dust mirror. Carefully dust the rearview mirror and come up with one good print. Use tape. Gently and carefully use the fingerprint tape to lift a clear impression of the rearview mirror. Look VIN. You read the VIN number S1234T10. Close door. Enthusiastically, Keith says, yep, Sonny, we'll get that shit Baines now, whatever it says. Carve it, number, tech print, close door, go north, press button. Yeah, thanks, Keith. You can call it in now. We interrupt you again for another special news bulletin. If you do allow Keith to radio in the car, then you lose 2 points. So get in that car, radio that you have the stolen vehicle with you, and you will earn your 2 points. Now, back again to your regular scheduled programming. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye. And note that this has to be done before the car is towed. Otherwise, you still lose it forever. I'll let dispatch know we've located the car and we have them to tow trucks to Keith. They have already done everything else, so you do that. Press button. You push the button activating the traffic control light. You can now safely cross the street. Hi big fella, why don't you buy some flowers for your girlfriend? Buy Rose. Thank you, sir. Beautiful Rose, that'll be $2, please. You pay the young lady and send her on the way. Yeah, go away. Okay, so this is very simple. You just walk to the toilet over here. Then you go to the middle door. Open door. Look lid. Open lid. Look inside. See what looks like a police revolver hidden at the bottom of the toilet tank. Get gun. You roll up your sleeve and carefully lift the gun. The revolver is pretty wet and so is your hand. Put back lid. Leave. Use dryer on gun. Turn on the electric hand dryer. Use dryer on gun. It's already on. Use dry gun with dryer. Use the warm air from the electric hand dryer to dry the gun. Alright, so got that done. So now you walk specifically to this lady and then you say show ID. The agent says yes officer, what do you want? Then you say show photo. Why yes, says the agent, I remember this guy. He bought a ticket from us recently. He seemed nervous or something. Okay, get list. The ticket agent hands you a list of flights and passengers and says, here you are, officer. Carefully scanning the passenger list, a name catches your eye, Louis Pate. You blurt out to the agent, Louis Pate, that's the jailer's name. Baines is using the jailer's ID. The destination is listed as Houston. The ticket agent advised that Houston flight departed 20 minutes ago. Here comes Keith. You tell Keith that you found kidnapped jailer revolver in the restroom toilet. Keith congratulates you on your find and suggests that you take it back to the station and book it as evidence. Keith says, well, old buddy, wondering that to do, I managed to notify dispatch to tow the stolen car down to the impound lot. Anyway, what have you found out anyway? You told Keith that you found Louis Pate's name on the passenger's list to Houston. It has to be Baines. Ooh. That bought the ticket. You told Keith you must have used Pate's identification. Okay, but we're not done yet. So what you just do is you mosey on left to the left of this person over here. Then you type in show ID. You show your badge to car rental agent, and she says, yes sir, Officer Bonds, what can I do for you? And yes sir, and show photo. The agent looks at the mugshot and says, matter of fact, I do remember renting a car to this guy. Get list. Here you are, sir, be my guest. Flashing a smile, the agent gives you a list of car rentals. Looking at the rental arguments, you come across a familiar name, Louis Pate. Think to yourself that Punk has rented the car using the jail's IT. Better jot down the information. Written down vehicle information, 1988 green CMG sedan, license C43256. Okay, let's see. Go to car, press radio twice. Push button. Push the button activating the traffic control light. It's now safe to cross the street. Keith suggests Sonny we'd better get going. Yeah. Open trunk. Drop kit. Close trunk. Okay, this is the top part. Keith yells, Sonny, wait for me. Use radio. Dispatch 53 Mary to request a check made on handgun serial number SW5557763. 53 Mary to be advised the number comes back to a 4-inch K38 Smith & Wesson registered to Louis Pate. Keith says to you, well Sonny, I guess we should get back and book this in evidence. After requesting an APB on Baines' rental car, Keith says, we'll get him now, Sonny. Keith looks confused. Alright. So drive. Office. Keith frowns. Okay, he says, I have a much of paperwork to finish. Keith grabs the mic and calls dispatch 53 Mary to 10-8 from Leighton Airport. Dispatch comes on the air and responds 53 Mary to 10-4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from Leighton Airport. Keith keys the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary to be advised en route to the office. Dispatch answers 53 Mary to 10-4. We copy en route to the office. On your way back to the office, Keith says, man, that punk Baines sure is a slick rat, isn't he? Keith sniffs the air and says, "Gracious, me buddy boy, got the car smelling like a rose garden. What you doing at foliage?" Keith asks. "I don't know how the car smells like a rose garden with you smoking that cigarette 24/7. Dispatch 53 married to 10-7 at the office. Dispatch responds 53 married to 10-4. Dispatch copies 1097 at the office. After getting out of the car, Keith says, "Man, am I glad to get out of there. Smells like caramel arena." Can't remember. I think I locked the door. It's locked. So you just leave the kit in the trunk. You're gonna need it the next day. Okay, then you walk up to here. You type in drop key. Sit. Use phone. If you use the 411, I'm just going to show you guys how this works. City, please. Okay, so now you type in Lytton. Name, please. And then it's Marie. What's her name again? Wilkins. See, and that's how you get the number. I struggled for 3 hours figuring that out, because when she said city please, I didn't read city please, you know? I was like, is she greeting me or something? That is a weird way to say hello. City please. 4169. 4169. Hello, and then you just type in SUNNY. It's O. Hi Marie, this is Sunny. Oh Sunny, I see you got my message. When you get off work, meet me at Arnies, okay? And then you just type in yes. I'll be waiting, Sunny. See you in a bit. Bye now. Click. And then you just press escape. Bond, says the captain, "Go ahead and take off. You earned your daily dollar." Okay, so stand. And then you just leave the office. I think. Oh wait. Go to window and give evidence. So then you just stand here. Scarred for meeting Baines. Give evidence. Okay, says John. What do you have? Taking notes, John mutters, "Check for and identify prints on enclosed 4-in-1 Smith & Wesson 38 caliber handgun, serial K38555763. Making notations, John mumbles under his breath, "Request identification of prints on enclosed fingerprint tape found in deceased jailer's car." Making notations, John mumbles under his breath, "Request identification print enclosed fingerprint found in stolen car Lytton Airport." You hand Big John a makeshift knife and request fingerprints, pointing out it was underwater. You hand the plastic cast footprints John and request it's checked for size and unusual marks. Submit bullets from the glove box, jailer's car. You request fingerprints and identification analysis. You give the empty holster to Big John and examines it briefly and then says, "One holster taken from stolen car." You turn in the jail clothes and request an analysis on blood spots. Turn the badge you found in the bottom of Clearwater River. You hand John blood sample that you got from the Cotton Cove. Ask Big John for identification analysis. Big John says you seem to be making progress. Okay, so all that's done. Let's go give evidence, unlock car, drive to Arnies. Unlock car. F4 to get in. Close box. Drive Arnies. Use radio twice. You don't have to because you're not working. Lock door. If you live in South Africa, you lock the door every time. Because if you don't... Oh, wrong button. If you don't, if you get back to your car, it's gone. Or even the contents of... Please find a table, sir, and we'll be right with you, says the waiter. Hi, Sunny. I'm glad to see you. Please sit down. Sit. Marie says, oh, Sunny, I've been so worried about you. I know Jesse Baines is looking for revenge. I know he's out to get you, especially with you. I'm scared, Sunny. Promise you'll stop in to see me sometime tomorrow. I need to know that you're alright. Then you just type in yes. Thanks, Sunny. Alright. Stuff. Okay, so basically what I was saying is, if you don't lock your car in South Africa, the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to open your bonnet. And then if you come back earlier, you'll notice your battery is missing. That's the first thing they take. First thing. Good day, says. Continuing, he says, which would you prefer? Okay, so it's lobster, beef, or something else. Then you can type in whatever. Very good, sir. The lobster is excellent this season. And what will you have, young lady? I'll have the lobster, says Mary. Thank you very much, sir. So, we're ready shortly. Okay, then you do the kiss thingy. Give Rose. So you give Rose. Oh, Sonny, you're wonderful. And then kiss Marie. Okay, there's a reason for doing this though. Oh, by the way, she says, how do you like my new lipstick? It's called Pink Rapture. You will find the lipstick later on. I really like it. It's my favorite. It's so pink. And then you do it again. Wow, you're some kisses, Sunny. Okay, now you've done that. Eat, pay waiter. Good. Now we just basically wait. As soon as you finish this section, you are halfway done with the game. You can see that in your score. Here comes the chow. The chow. Here's your dinner, so please enjoy, and then you just eat. Hungry, you consume the meal in record time. And Marie's just taking hers. And then you just type in pay waiter, and you're done. Paying your bill, you thank the waiter for fine food and service. The meal was great. You had a lot of fun with Marie. Must get back to the task at hand. You see Marie home the next day. So now again you get key F4 lock door. Okay, it's locked. Okay, so I know my notes say one thing, but I do something completely different. So what I do is I walk over to this section over here, get ear protectors. The ER says one pair of ear protectors. Good, good, good. Wait. Give gun. I know you don't have to, but I always do it. Ken takes the weapon, checks the trigger pull, and hands it back to you and says, okay, Bonds, pick any open booth, blah, 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 blah. You haven't seen it before, then try again. Go back and watch it. Then you type in wear ear protectors. Okay. Then you simply wait. You say adjust sights. Alright, so then you save game, it will automatically take away this bit. Lift your gun. Once again, see if you can get it into the 0, and then you fire. Lower your gun, and you say view target. Okay, it has to go down 2 left, 2 down, I think. Then you just load. 1, 2 left, 1, 2 down. Save. Lift the gun again. Fire, lower your gun, and then view target. Nope. Two, three. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I don't know, that doesn't seem right. It has to be left. Two, three, save again. Lift up the gun. View target. There we go. Perfect bullseye. Perfect bullseye. So now you target back. Oh yes. Replace target. Target back. And now you just empty your gun because you need to get new. Oh crap. I made a mistake. Accidentally shot. Oopsie. Let's just make sure I've got it right. I appreciate it. uh, yeah, okay, so I'm just going to load. Raise the gun, aim for the head. Yeah, that was a big oops. Click. Alright, lower gun. View target. Ah, that's what I like to see. Okay, leave. As you walk out from the booth, you take off your ear protectors, load the gun. And remember, you don't have to do the whole load thing. You can come back to him and get bullets and go back and adjust your gun and get bullets and adjust your gun the whole time if you want to, but I don't want protectors. Thank you. Get move. Okay, full clip of fresh ammo. So there's someone on the internet that says you have to save your bullet. You have to use your bullets sparingly. What a moron! Don't have to use your bullets sparingly. You've got freaking 16 bullets, 2 clips of ammo. You'll be fine, I think. So basically, the only thing you need to do in the building is walk up to here. Hey Bonds, the captain blurts, we have a traffic cop standing by down the old warehouse district, the 187 victim. Continuing, the captain says the victim took it in the back of the head. Looks like it could be a professional hit. Sunny address is 160 West Rose. Keith, you get it over there. So all you do is you can get key. Remove the keys from the board. Keith, put out that thing. You're gonna cause a freaking fire. Okay, your kit is already in the trunk of the vehicle. So basically you just walk up to here and you just type in unlock door. Then it's unlocked, press F4, Keith yells, wait up Sonny, what's the rush anyway? Move your ass. And then you say drive where, not dive, drive warehouse. Keith pipes up, let's go roast some bag ladies, says Sonny. Grabs the mic and calls dispatch 53 Mary 2. This is 10-8 from the office. Dispatch comes on the air and responds 53 Mary 2 10 4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from the office. Keith keys the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary 2. Be advised en route to 160 West Rose. Dispatch answers 53 Mary 2 10 4. We copy you en route to 160 West Rose. Boy, Keith says, after yesterday I was hoping for a slow day. Keith contacts dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary 210 97 160 West Rose. Dispatch copies, responds 53 Mary 210 for dispatch copies 1097 West 160 West Rose. In this heavily Italian accent, Officer Giulipi says, well, it's about time, Sonny. I found a car with blood dripping in the trunk, he says. Continuing, he says the door was unlocked with the keys inside. You listen intently as he explains. I took the keys and opened the trunk. I found a man with a hole in his head. And now you still can't move. Continuing, this car is registered to Woody Roberts. Giulipi finishes, I called the coroner. You cannot take over this mess. Why does it sound like a Mario? Grunts Keith as he walks past the body. Search the car, Sonny. I'll examine the trunk. Yeah, Keith, you poor sap. Open trunk. Get. Close trunk. Okay, so this one has to be done more or less precise. Look, trunk. Use camera. You take a picture of the medicine and return the camera to the kit. Okay. Look face. Murdered man looks familiar, but you can't place his face. Wait, you think I know? That's Woody Roberts. Suddenly it all comes back. He testified at Bain's trial last year. Get blood. He uses an eyedropper and draws some of the victim's blood. Return the eyedropper to the kit and add a vial of blood to your inventory as evidence. Okay, what? Look first, get blood, take, corner. Put you pry the stiff fingers loose and take the corner of an envelope. Okay, now is when the coroner shows up. Coroner is arriving. So, pretty gruesome, Sonny groans Mario. How's one person gonna do another sick really? You know it's sick. Where's the body? Asked the coroner. I don't see no body, ha ha. Let me guess, the trunk, of course, where else would it be? Mosquito. Yes, sir, Bob remarks coroner. Definitely looks like an execution. Get body. Would you help me, Officer Gillespie? Asked the coroner. This fella is pretty heavy. He's on a diet. He's on a diet now, though. Haha. There's a bit of dog humor. Officer Gillespie and the coroner struggled to carry the victim into the back of the coroner's vehicle. Bye, Sonny. I gotta dig up a date for tonight. Ha ha. Cheerful coroner yells over his shoulder. Okie dokie. So now you look corner of an envelope with a name and address. Okay, and then look trunk, and then it's take note. So the note you found beneath Woody's body, on it is written, "You're a dead man, Sonny Bonds." Okay. Close trunk. Closing the trunk would hinder the investigation. Okay, fine. Did you find something, Sonny? Mario asks. Yes, I found your mother in there. Open trunk. Drop kit. Close trunk. Keith yells, "What up, Sonny? Don't leave me here." Okay, use radio. Keith informs dispatch of your current 1020 and situation. Truck. Doesn't want to order a tow truck, so drive in. By the way, that's what the address shows. I'll advise dispatch. Keith says grabbing the mic. Dispatch 532, responding to 753 3rd Street for a follow-up. Dispatch responds 10-4, 53 Mary 2, rolling to 753 3rd Street for 187 follow-up. I think we may be getting somewhere, partner, Keith says. We'd better watch our butts when we get there, Keith says. Keith says, I hope this lead isn't another dead end. Keith surely talks a lot. It's forcing me to talk a lot. Keith contacts dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary to 1097, 753 3rd Street. Dispatch responds 53 Mary to 104. Dispatch copies 1097, 753 3rd Street. Okay, so this part is very interesting and somewhat difficult. So you walk up to this man, the man at the window says, Sir, what can I do for you? And you just type in show ID. Yes, officer, how can I help you? Show photo. Well, manager says the photograph is vaguely familiar. I believe his name was William Cole. He's in room 108. Aha, you think to yourself, Baines is using the name Cole. No dare shit for brains. Then you get back into the car. Gee, Sonny, hold on a second, will you? Okay, so radio backup. Keith grabs the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary 2 requesting backup at 1020. Advise answers 10-4, 53 Mary 2 be advised the support team has dispatched to your 1020. Then use radio warrant. Dispatch 53 Mary 2 requesting one search warrant for room 108 at 1020. 10-4, 53 Mary 2 be advised the search warrant will be obtained and delivered for you 1020. And then use radio. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, we're getting a. The officer says here's your search warrant, Sonny. Oh, that was quick. Get warrant. Sonny says thanks. Show. Just show the search warrant to the manager and he says, okay, now what? Get key. Anything you say, officer, manager gives you the key to room 108. That's the biggest mistake you've made today. Okay, now this part is very difficult because you don't stand in front of the door. You have to basically stand here. Keith says, Sonny, be careful now. As the door opens, you are startled by a sudden explosion. Trained reflexes throw you back, slamming your handgun against the wall. That was too close for comfort, you say to yourself. You watch as the SWAT team unloads tear gas into the room. Okay, now we wait and hopefully don't fall asleep because I'm getting very tired now. Okay, so you put away your gun. I mean, SWAT's standing there with theirs, so. Open trunk. Get kit. Close trunk. Keith walks over and picks up the shotgun off the floor. There's a little culprit, Sonny. Take it into the car and run the numbers. Yeah, you do that, Keith. Finally, you're starting to get into the spirit of things. Do your work, basically. Okay, in sync, there's a letter, I think. Envelope. Get envelope. Drawer's not open. What? Oh, get card. Pick up the card. Look card. Okay, so that number is important. That's Colby Imports. Alright. So now you walk up to here and you get lipstick. The label reads Pink Rap Shirt by Donna Lee Cosmetics. This is the same brand that Marie uses, you think. Oh shit. Why does he have Marie's lipstick? Open drawer. You open the drawer and look inside. You find an envelope with the corner torn off. Could it be the same envelope? Get envelope. Examine the envelope and compare it with the piece of paper found on Roberts, and they match. You also note that the envelope is addressed to Woody Roberts. Read the inside. After reading the letter, you ponder its contents and think. Baines mailed letter hoping to suck Roberts in by offering him a business deal. Roberts fell for it and responded to the letter. Came to the motel room where Baines killed him in cold blood. Okay, and you probably digest this by look blood. There's dark stain on the carpet. Okay. Use camera. Click, you take a picture and return the camera to your field kit. Keith returns and says that shotgun has once on it from a local burglary. Continues, you can contact burglary division for more information. They get blood. Using the eyedropper, you take a sample of blood from the floor and put it in the vial. Okay, so let's see. By the way, I tried giving him the key back, it doesn't work. He just curses me in the game and asks me, why do you want to do that? Open trunk. Drop kit. Close trunk. Hold on a second, will you? Yeah, sure, no problem. Use radio. Keith informs dispatch of the current 1020 situation. Drive Marie. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, Sadie. But let's not waste any more time. Keith grabs the mic and calls dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary to 10-8 from 753 3rd Street. And the dispatch comes on the air and responds 53 Mary to 10-4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from 753 3rd Street. Keys the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary to be advised en route to 222 West Peach Street. Dispatch answers 53 Mary to 10-4. We copy en route to 222 which whatever. Okay, so if you were thinking that you can go to Marie's house first, it's a good idea. However, you'll still find Marie missing. Dispatch response 53 Mary to 104. Dispatch copies 1097 222 West Beach Street. Let's go, Sunny. Okay. There's a note pinned to the door. Get note. Check the note off the door. Read note. Note says, Dear Sunny, gone shopping, love Marie. Compare notes. Looking closer at the note, you think this is definitely not Marie's handwriting. Open door. Door is locked. Fortunately, you know there's a spare key above the door. You get the key and unlock the door and replace the key. The appearance of Marie's living room speaks for itself, and the heart sinks. Head is swimming. Marie, you think that what has that maniac done to you? You keep your composure, say Keith. Okay, Keith, why don't you look at the back of the house? So first thing you do is walk up to the ashtray and say, get paper. You pick up and carefully unfold it. It's a list of names: Roberts, Wilkins, Comby, Williams, Bonds, Mercy. You think to yourself and realize this is Bain's hit list. Now that murder scumbag has Marie. And then you walk up to here and you type in search couch. You search the deep crevices of the sofa and find, I think to yourself, a $2 bill. You slip it into your money clip. Marie's gone and you're thinking about money. Get that open door, take paper. Alright. Then it's just use radio and drive to office. Hearing you open the door, Keith hollers, Hey Sonny, wait up. This guy is so scared of being left behind. I'm coming, Sonny, he yells. Use radio. Keith says the mic informs dispatch of the bad news. It appears that the occupant of the house, one Maria Wilkins, has been kidnapped. Please be advised. 33-2, we copied possible 207 kidnap and will 10-5 the information to 53 Maria 1. Keith manages an encouraging smile. We'll get her back, Sonny. Drive office. Keith informs, okay, says much of paperwork to finish. Keith grabs and calls dispatch. Dispatch 53 Mary to 10-8 from 2 West Beach Street. Dispatch comes on the air and responds 53 Mary to 10-4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from 222 West Beach Street. Keith keys the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary to be advised en route to the office. Dispatch answers 53 Mary to 10-4, copy en route to the office. Dispatch responds 53 Mary to 10-4. Dispatch copies 1097 at the office. Bloody blah. After getting out of the car, Keith says, Man, I'm glad that smells like caramel arena. Yeah, I don't know what your caramel arena is all about. My dude, stop smoking camel then. It's just a theory. Okie dokie, so go inside the right door. Is it here? Middle desk. Ask about burglary. Oh yes, says Detective Simpson. We just worked on a recent pawn shop burglary. Simpson continues, taking in that burglary 2 shotguns, a 32 automatic with silencer and ammunition. Okay, ask Prince. Affirmative on the Prince is Jim. We dusted everything Baines Prince all over that shotgun. Go to the shooting gallery, give gun adjustments, anti-gun, get ammo, submit evidence. Sit at your chair and call Donald Cove. Alright. Sorry to hear about Marisa and Captain Fletcher office. If your boys are a solid lead, now's the time to bring it up. Love how the captain just acts to be in fucking something. Donald Colby. It's the number on the card, like I said, 407 555 3323. Hello? Hello, this is Detective Bonds from the Lytton Police Department. What do you want? Baines. I don't find that very interesting. Okay, fine. Talk about Baines. I have to spell it out to you. Jesse Baines has escaped from Lytton jail. We better be on the lookout for him because he's been getting rid of anyone who helped him out behind bars. To put him behind bars. That's kind of hard to believe. I'm in Stilton though, under a witness protection program, and I'm not worried. Well, I gotta go. Click. I did try and warn you though. Okay, so you can phone the police department. All you do is put in 411, right there Steelton, right there police department, and then they'll give you the number 407 555 2677. What? 407 555 2677. There we go. Hello, Stilton Police Department. Lieutenant Milner speaking. Bonds. This is Detective Sonny Bonds from Lytton PD. Hello, Detective Bonds. Is there something I can do for you? Talk about Baines. Jesse Baines escaped from jail yesterday. He's been going on a rampage. Rampage, killing anyone who put him behind bars. Donald Colby lives in Stilton now and could be the next victim. You should tap Colby's phone and see if Baines calls. The phone tap's a good idea. Thanks a lot for the information. See you later. Alright. So, look, basket. In your basket, you see a manila envelope. You remove the envelope, which is marked Crime Lab. While opening the envelope, you think this is test results on the evidence. Fingerprint, location found, glove box, deceased jailer car, forensic examination, positive match on Jesse H. Baines. A fingerprint found, rearview mirror of the stolen car, positive match, Jesse Baines. Footprint cast on the riverbank, size 10D. New end report. Okay. Oh, why do I always have to yawn? Why do I always feel so tired? Why did my kid do this to me? Wait a minute, don't I have any more evidence? Let's just make sure. You have the victim's list to John, and he reads it in astonishment, sees his name. You must be really scared. Behind an envelope, Big John example says one envelope book. You hand the coroner the envelope to Big John and Ralph, dead guy. Carefully, John takes a blood sample from you got from the trunk. Request analysis. Request the identification analysis of the blood sample he got from the motel. You seem to have been making progress. Okay, for some reason I missed this part. I never wrote down any of this. Good thing I did it too. I would have lost some points there. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. It's actually 4 in the morning. We interrupt your program yet again to bring you another special news bulletin. It appears that if you do not take this time to align your sights, then you will miss your target. So in other words, if you don't receive this message that your sights are properly aligned, this will happen. And now back to our regular programming. Airport. Drive. Airport. Why do I have to spell everything out for you? Great, Keith mutters. Let's go watch jets take off and land. Keith grabs the mic and calls dispatch 53 Mary to 10-8 from the office. Dispatch comes on the air and responds 53 Mary to 10-4. Dispatch copies 10-8 from the office. Keys the mic. Dispatch 53 Mary to be advised we're en route to Lytton Airport. Dispatch answers 53 Mary to 10-4. Copy en route to Lytton Airport. Keith contacts dispatch 53 Mary to 1097 Lytton Airport. Dispatch responds 53 Mary to 10-4. Dispatch copies 1097 to Lytton Airport. Okay, Keith whines, I forgot to pack my toothbrush. Locked door. Push button. Push the button activating the traffic control light. You can now safely cross the street. Keith, you in my bloody way. How may I help you, sir? Says the ticket agent. Show ID. Agent says, yes, officer. What do you want? Buy ticket to Steelton. Steelton will be $106, please. You look at your folding cash money clip. Never heard of flight to Steelton. Keith jumps in saying, "Hey Sonny, put your wallet away, let me call the captain and get authorization for these tickets." Keith shows his badge and asks permission to use the desk phone. As Keith calls to arrange the purchase of your tickets, your mind works furiously as you try to put out blah 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 blah. Hey man, Keith tells you it's all straight fletches to purchase the tickets. Getting cleared now. Okay, get ticket. So please be more specific. Get tickets to Steelton. Yes, sir, the agent says we have been given authorization by the police department to get both of you next flight to Steelton. Yeah, the tickets, gentlemen. The flight is boarding gate 12. Please use the escalator up to the right. Okay, so then you just walk up to the escalator over here. Okay, show ID. You show your badge and the security guard says pass on through. Just remember, no partaking of the spirits. This part is just for shits and giggles. Talk, Larry. I am Larry Laffer. Know any places where cute girls hang out? Do you see cute blonde over there? What a knockout. Starting a new movie called Looking for Love in Several Wrong Places. You should check it out. Do you know when the bus course called will arrive? If you get a chance, call my producers at Sierra. Tell them I might be a little late. Say I've run into women troubles. They look tired of right now. Yeah, that's it. It stops there. Flight attendant at the entrance of the airplane asks you for your ticket. You hand your ticket over and the attendant boards the plane. Keith flashes his badge. The security guard hollers, "Hey Sonny, I'm right behind you." Welcome aboard Iguana Airlines. Have an enjoyable flight. Okay, so then you wait for Keith to sit down and then you just basically stand here and you say sit. Fasten seat belt. Okay, then you save here. As you feel the engines begin to roar, the captain makes an announcement. "Attention, ladies and gentlemen," he says. "This is your captain speaking. We're about to take off. At this time, we ask that all passengers take their seats and fasten their seat belts. Thank you." You relax as the plane prepares to taxi towards the runway. The captain announces, "We are beginning our ascent to 25,000 feet. Please keep your seat belts fastened until we have reached the maximum altitude. We thank you for your cooperation." As you feel the aircraft level out, the captain makes an announcement. "Attention, ladies and gentlemen," he says. "This is your captain speaking. We have reached cruising altitude." Continues. "Please feel free to remove your seatbelts." Finishing, he says, "Our stewardess in your service may have an enjoyable flight." We have beer, wine, bourbon, soda, water, and coffee. She says, which would you prefer? Water, please. Here you are. Water and coffee are complimentary. You take a sip of the cold, refreshing water. If you'd like anything else, please call me. Anne Fasten Belt. So now the belt's removed. Save the game. Load your gun. Checking your gun to see that your clip is not yet empty and you do not reload. Okay, so gun is loaded. Ready for the next part. Should be this part right here. Any moment now. Here they come. Finally. As the stewardess struggles trying to break free, a man screams out, "Do not move, pigs," or blew out her planes. These planes ours, we command in the name of Shaikh and the Golden Sands. Just then the captain speaks over the PA system. "This is the captain," he says. "We are being hijacked. Please don't do as they said and try to be a hero." Continues, "These people mean business. They're armed and they have a bomb on board. All they want says is a safe passage to desert home of Bun Alban, Egypt." So get up. Yeah. With master marksmanship, your bullet has found its target. The hijacker falls to the floor, and in his dying breath he says, "I'm taking all of you with me," he says in a fading voice. The timing device on the bomb has activated. You put your gun back in your holster and survey the onslaught. People on the plane look relieved. Okay. The steward is badly shaken up. "Thanks very much for saving our life," and heads to the cockpit. Okay. Let's look turbine. He says, "Sonny Bonds, you're a hero. Better find that bomb or else. I'll go check the cockpit. You go check the cabin area." Search masked pockets. You find a pair of wire clippers in the jacket pocket of the masked hijacker. Search turban. Read. Gaddafi's do-it-yourself bomb. Connect yellow wire for timer. Collect white for backup battery. Connect yellow wire. Connect purple wire and blue wire for main battery. Set timer. Connect yellow wire. Bomb is now armed. Do not move or touch wires. Warning, only connect same color wires. Connecting wires in any other may result in immediate detonation. Okay. An S, not a C. Okay. So now it's cut yellow. Snip. Cut purple. Snip. Cut blue. Snip. Connect yellow. Cut white. Cut yellow. Timer stops, bomb is disarmed. Close. You announce to everyone that you have successfully disarmed the bomb. Everyone cheers, officers, and praise. Go. Keith says, well done, Sonny. Couldn't have done a better job myself. Captain comes over the intercom and says, we are landing. Please sit down and buckle your safety belts. The captain announces we are now on the ground. Let's get off this plane, Sonny. Enough excitement for a while. Deputy Sky Marshal walks up and says, my son, what in heaven's name did y'all get into here? With your heart pounding and your voice breaking, explain in detail the events surrounding the attempted hijacking. You give the Sky Marshal the paper and wire clippers telling him that you disarmed the bomb. Deputy Sky Marshal, after taking down your statement, says, well, it looks like a job well done. To me, feller, you're right ahead with your business. We'll finish cleaning up this mess. Yeah, I'm not cleaning it up. You and Keith leave the airplane and are met by Airport Officer Jarvis Pittman. Provides you with transportation to the police station via helicopter, trying to be Mad Dog. Yeehaw, let me show you what this baby can do. Mad Murdoch. The A-Team. And he does so poorly. Your pilot leads you, still shaking Keith, to Steelton's PD. While Keith says, sure fun, what's the Sonny? The Sonny says, come on in, doors open. Wild Willie walks over and shakes your hand and says, Detective Bonds and Robertson, welcome to Steelton. Then Wild Willie says, well, dude's chasing fine upstanding citizen, continues to say, this punk Baines has already started handiwork here too. Do you know the phone tap subject on Cove, he asks. Without waiting for a reply, he goes on to say, I hate to tell you this, boys, but after putting a tap on Colby's phone, I sent an unmarked unit over to check on him, and my man found the dealer, found him deader than a doornail with a 32 cal hole in his head. We did manage to connect, Willie tells you, one threatening call from Baines. I didn't think I'll help, but the call traced back to a payphone in the local Burt Park. Sent my man over there having a look around, but nothing was found. Boys will probably want to go over there and look around, Willie grunts, but I think you'll be spinning your wheels. Wild Willie says, I think Officer Pittman's waiting for you in the hall. Can drive you to the park. Good luck, boys. Get radios. You and Keith are driven to the Burt Park where Ernie Pittman, 20-year veteran who looks 10 years younger than his real age, regardless of your stories of the escapades as a young patrolman. By the time you reach the park, you're beginning to wish you had retirement last year. Sure enough, Officer Pittman climbs out in a patrol car and heads into the park with you, talking all the way. As you approach the park entrance, the patrol car radio crackles. Unit S56, we have a burglary in progress and sends some violent request you respond immediately. Over. Oh boy, says Officer Pittman, gotta go. Doubt you find anything, but please go ahead and look around the park. Right here's the telephone booth Baines used to make the call. Call us when you need to be picked up or anything. Any kind of assistance. Good luck. Keith looks around and says, I think we should split up, Sonny. Call me two-way if you need me. Okay, so basically what you do from here is you head north. Then you go left. Then you basically stand over here. You notice a young man is approaching you. So what you do is you immediately say use radio. You key up your walkie-talkie and radio with help from Keith. The man sees you walkie-talkie, it scares him, so he runs off. Evidently the mugger doesn't like cops. You hear heavy breathing, hacking and coughing as Keith escorts you would-be mugger back to you. Breathing heavily, Keith says, Sonny, I'm getting too old for this kind of stuff. No, you're smoking too much for this kind of stuff. Anyway, talk, man. The mugger looks at you and says, listen, big, I ain't talking to nobody, understand that? Talk cheap, man, the mugger says. Read writes. He's already done that. Okay. But you still get points for it though. Comes my favorite part. I hated this part. Keith pipes in and says, I'll take our little mugger friend and turn him over to Steelton PD. So what you do is you stand over here. You say, look, manhole. It looks like a normal manhole cover. You see evidence of recent use. Straining, you manage to slide the heavy cover off the manhole. Climb down. Okay, now this part is tricky. This is a bit. So if you do the other side, it will happen exactly the same way. Okay, then you walk across here and then you go down. The reason? You take the mask from the cabinet. Okay, so now you can either go left or right. Apparently there's a way that you go left. I haven't tested this theory yet. But there's a hole somewhere here. There's the hole. I don't think it would be true that there's a hole, but there's a hole. Look, hole. It's just sewer. What horse shit is this? You cautiously walk into the room. You can't believe your eyes when you see Marie. You mumble under your breath you've located Marie. Showing excitement from seeing you, Marie struggles against the restraints. Squirms excitedly, mumble. Calm, Marie. After you tell Marie to keep quiet, she stops struggling. Okay, now you say untie Marie, I think. Untie Marie. Never to struggle with the rope. Finally, you loosen your bonds and set her free. Whispers in your ear how she's happy to see you, and then she smothers you in her lipstick. Nervous and trying to stay quiet as possible, Marie whispers, Sonny, get out of here before he comes back. Sound approaching footsteps interrupted plans. Marie said, oh my god, he's coming back. Continuing to say, Sonny, you must hide. Okay, so 283 of 300, I'm pretty close. And I haven't checked that everything is done yet, so... Fight Banes. Alright, so I'm just going to save here. So the idea is to walk up into this pipe over here. draw your gun. What I like doing is I like saying freeze. He starts shooting. The barrage is over. Baines lies motionless on the control room floor. It appears that all that firing range practice paid off. Checking Baines, you find all vitals have ceased. You view Baines in his deceased state. Deep down inside, you kind of feel sorry for him. Reality, however, is that the destructive vengeance of the Death Angel has been silenced. Oh, Sunny, Marie says, you're my hero. I don't want you to leave ever again. Back home in Leighton, you have been placed on a mandatory 3-day administrative leave of absence resulting from shooting death of Jesse Baines. You spend needed leisure time with Marie and await results from the Lytton PD Internal Affairs Shooting Review Board. The 3 days finally pass, and now the findings, conclusions, and recommendations from the Shooting Review Board are as follows. The Review Board findings. This board finds that homicide detective Sonny Barnes, while on duty, was involved in the discharge of his weapon at another human being during the process of rescuing kidnapped victim Marie Wilkins. Further, the shooting resulted in a fatal wounding of Jesse Baines, escaped fugitive. The board notes that Jesse Baines, while using a stolen .32 caliber Browning automatic, first attacked and fired at Detective Bonds with the intent to commit murder. The review board conclusions. The board finds Detective Bonds acted in self-defense while in fear for his own life and protecting the life of kidnapped victim Marie Wilkins. The board concludes that the shooting death of Jesse Baines, homicide detective Sonny Bonds, was totally and unquestionably legal and justifiable. The review board recommendations. First, the board recommends immediate cancellation of administrative leave, therefore returning Detective Bonds to permanent active duty. Detective Bonds will receive Leighton Police Department Silver Commendation Award for its superior effort performance while engaged in life-threatening situation. The board recommends that Detective Sonny Bonds participate in a 2-week rest and relaxation period prior to returning to duty. The next day, the 3-piece bank strikes it up. Captain Fletcher Hall presents you with the Silver Commendation Award. Marie stands proudly by your side as the band plays on. Although you know it's a lie, Keith vows to quit smoking by the time you return from the island paradise. Yeah, it's a lie. Since this is a special occasion, you wonder why the captain can't quit slurping, licking and smacking ice cream long enough for you to get out of here. Oh well, you think, I guess, better than the old habit used to have, dipping and spitting snuff. With congratulations over, the award ceremony out of the way, you board the plane. Then you and your high school sweetheart Marie Wilkins fly into the sunset. While high in the sky, bound for the warm emerald gray, you ask Marie, will you marry me? With tears of joy flowing, Marie answers yes. Thank you for playing Police Quest 2. The end. And now for the final message, please like and subscribe. Also, be careful of trying to attempt to get the wire clippers too much. You might end up glitching into a wall, as I did. I just wanted to silence a rumor that I found out. So I showed you how to get the full amount of points in the game. But there's a rumor on the internet that if you shoot first, that you will lose. Well, I'm here to put that rumor to rest. Whether you shot freeze and he shoots you and you shoot him to die, or whether he walks in and you shoot first, it doesn't matter. You win the game either way because you were protecting yourself from a mass murderer as well as your sweetheart Marie. And there's a score, 300 out of 300. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a good one.